Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, my name is Chenelle, the owner of 3 Balls Handmade Soaps and More. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I made this strawberry cheesecake soap. Alright y'all, so as always, I have everything out on the table that I'm going to be working with for today. And first up, we got some bowls here, my stainless steel bowls, okay? And then I also have my Moroccan red clay. I have some cocoa powder back here in the corner. I do have some fresh strawberries here. Now, I've already cleaned these up and everything, so we're good to go with that. I have my long spout pitcher, my spatula, stick blender down here, thermometer, gloves, and my scale, as well as my blender. I will be using this to puree the strawberries. We're gonna be using the strawberry. We're gonna be pureeing my strawberries. Oh, okay, we're gonna puree the strawberries. So I have my blender as well as my crock pot. Now I was undecided on if I wanted to do hot process or cold process. So I'm gonna do the hot process first, I believe, and then I will do a smaller batch cold process. So I try to do, here lately I've been trying to, if I make one hot process, I try to do it cold process or vice versa. But anyway, so let me go ahead and clean off my table and then we'll get started. Alright, so first I started with the strawberries. Now right here, I'm just kind of dicing these up so that way I can throw them into my blender. And I used about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8 strawberries. So now I did have quite a bit of puree left over, so which is fine because I'm going to be using that again for my cold processed strawberry soap. Alright, so after I was done cutting up my strawberries, I then just added a little bit of distilled water. Y'all, I didn't even measure it. I just put a little bit in there and just turned the blender on until, you know, I got it as smooth as I could get it. Now here I am just straining my puree. Now, honestly, I could have, at one point, I kind of felt like I may have used a little bit too much liquid, but once it sat for a little bit, because I did put this like in the fridge, so once it sat for a little bit, it did thicken up some more. So, and then it was fine from there, which you'll see that later. But if I could have done anything differently, I definitely would have held back a little bit on the distilled water that I added to my strawberries before I started to blend them up together. All right, so after I had that out of the way, I just went ahead and finished weighing out the rest of my ingredients. And for this soap, I did replace just 2 ounces of my liquid with the strawberry puree. So again, I only replaced 2 ounces of the liquid with the strawberry puree. Now here I am right here weighing this out, and as you can see, like, it's a little bit thicker than what it was. So again, like I said, it ended up being fine. Now for this soap, I did add some powdered sugar to the strawberries. Now, yes, the strawberries are, you know, were already sweet, I'm sure. I didn't taste any, but again, I just wanted, you know, more bubbles in there, so therefore I just added in some more sugar. Now right here, I just went in with 2 teaspoons of powdered sugar, and then I'm just kind of just stirring that up, making sure that I get that, you know, blended up into the puree before I add it at the end after the cook. Now once I had that done, it was time for me to add in my lye solution, my water lye solution, to my melted oils and butters. Now, once I did that, I just stick blended until I reached trace. All right, so once I reached trace, I then just put the lid on and let it cook for a few minutes. I personally like to check, and that's just me. So I put the lid on, and then, of course, a couple of minutes in, we had our little bubbly going on. So all I did was just stir that up, and then I just put the lid right back on. All right, so here I am again. I don't remember how many minutes it had gone by, but for some reason it just kept wanting to like volcano on me. But anyway, I just kept stirring it up, and then I would just put the lid right back on it again. And if you are finding this video to be helpful thus far, please consider leaving us a thumbs up. It definitely helps our channel to grow, and we greatly appreciate it. All right, so here we are. Now, this was about 30 minutes in or so. Now, I do cook my soap on high. So, again, this was about 30 minutes in, and as you can see, it was very translucent. Now, at this point, we're going to go ahead and test our soap. So, I just use my pH test strips right here. I'm going in with a little bit of distilled water that I had off to the side, and I'm just placing that on the soap, and then I just use my test strip. Now, to me, it was looking like 10, maybe between a 10 and a 9. I think maybe a 10. So, but anyway, our soap was done. And then, so once the soap was done cooking, it was then time for me to add in my liquid. Now, right here, I just poured it in. And once I added this in, it gave my soap like a grayish tint almost. You'll see it here in a second once I start like mixing it up. But I did end up getting like almost like a light grayish tint. I was a little worried at first, and I was like, oh my gosh. But anyway, so I just continued to stir it up. Now, you could have definitely added this in at the very beginning before the cook. However, I just wanted to add in my puree after the cook. So once I had that added in, I then again stirred it up. Now, this soap, I did not add any essential oil to this soap whatsoever. And y'all see how that color kind of changed to like a grayish color a little bit. I was a little worried, but the finished product definitely, surprised me. I was surprised by the finished product. But anyway, once I was done making sure that my strawberry puree was blended up in there, I then blended up into my soap. I then just kind of sectioned off a little bit for the brown. Now, this brown portion, I used some cocoa powder. And y'all, I do apologize for the container being off to the bottom here. But I did, lift it up once I realized that it was off to the bottom. But anyway, so all I did was at first I started with just 1/4 a teaspoon of cocoa powder just to see, how the color would look. And then I just added from there. I think I went in with another 1/4 teaspoon. Now, when I was like mixing this up, I noticed that it was trying to like stiffen up. So, and honestly, y'all, things just got like intense from here. I kid you not. Like, it was just, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I just, went in again with another 1/4 a teaspoon of cocoa powder and just blended that up, trying to get that blended up in there. And like I said, that cocoa powder it was trying to stiffen up on me for sure. So I'm glad I did not put any essential oil in here, because I probably would just have that probably would have just turned into like a rock, honestly. But anyway, so I kept blending that up until I got it blended as best that I could. And After that, I just added the brown portion into my soap mold. All right, so after I had the brown portion squared away, I then went in with a little bit, the rest of the soap. Well, not the rest, a couple of scoops, and then I did like slam it on my table to kind of get it to like, help settle a little bit. So I just kept, repeating the process until I got about, I think I had like a little bit of soap paste still left in my crock pot. So again, I slammed it on the table again to try to get it, to kind of smooth it out a little bit. And then I went in with my red Moroccan clay. Now for this clay, I started out with just a little bit, 1/4 a teaspoon again of the clay, and I just added that right into this crock pot where the rest of my soap paste was. All right, y'all. So my camera died. I couldn't stop. But this is what I got so far. So what I did was y'all excuse the mess. It got a little rough, okay? But so what I have right here is just some my French pink clay. I did add just a little bit of that, but it kind of gave me almost like a purple color. All right, so I did go in with the bottom portion of this fork, and kind of was like just kind of going in there, just like, just trying to mix it around a little bit. You can see a little bit of like the lighter color in there, just a little bit. All right, so here we are the next day, and y'all, I was so nervous about this soap. At first, when I made this, the very first day, it had like a purplish tint to it, just a little bit. But like the next day, of course, the color had changed. I didn't see purple in there. At least to me, I didn't. But when I took this thing out of the mold, I was like, OMG. Okay, so I was like a little bit excited. The holes in there, y'all, that was from pretty much like, it trying to like thicken up and all that other good stuff. But anyway, so here I am just cutting my soap. And when I cut this first little piece off and I turned it around, y'all, I was so pleased. Like I was just so happy. But yeah, y'all let me know what you think down below, and then y'all just enjoy the cut. Oh, real quick, y'all be sure to follow me on Instagram if you have Instagram. You're more than welcome to follow me. You're more than welcome to DM me any video requests, questions, whatever you may have. I will definitely try to help you out. And be sure to tune in live every Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join the live stream. Come chat with me. Ask questions. If I don't know the answer, I'm sure someone in the chat can definitely help both of us out. So again, y'all can follow me on Instagram if you like, and you can also DM me any questions that you may have. All right, so after I was done cutting my soap, it was then time for me to stamp them. Y'all, I was so pleased with the rustic look of these soaps. I thought they came out really, really nice. Like they just look so cute to me. I'm really pleased with how they turned out, and just like the natural smell of them, like they just smell so good to me. And like I said, I just love the natural smell. But so if you're new to my channel, I always put down a piece of saran wrap, cling wrap, in between my soap and my stamp. And that's just to keep the soap from getting into the small letters on my stamp. So that's why you see me use a piece of saran wrap. And just like that, y'all, we are all done. And this is our strawberry cheesecake soap bar. Y'all let me know what you think. Can you see the red and the brown? Let me know. Should I give it another name? Y'all let me know down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving me a thumbs up. And if you have not done so already, consider subscribing to our channel. And to all of our wonderful supporters out there, we love and thank you guys so much. And until next time, I will see you guys later.